Hi, I'm Terry with Cornerstone Rocks. Today I'm going to teach you how to put together your Unity kitchen module. But before we dive into it, I want to go with some best practices and let you get familiar with our blocks and maybe some of the tools you might need. So let's get into it. Our kitchen kits come with everything you need. You won't have to cut anything, you won't have to drill anything. It even comes with the glue. So everything you need is going to be included. That being said, you can order our kitchen kits without countertops. That way you can supply your own granite or marble or whatever you want. These slabs are outdoor slabs. If you decide to get your own, I would caution against a highly polished slab or countertop, because the more polished and shiny it is, the more you're going to see every little scratch. It's probably going to get some rain and some weather on it, even if it's covered, and it's just going to make your slabs and countertops look worn faster. So my recommendation is something just right before polished. We send honed slabs just for that reason, and that way, you don't have to be crazy about people setting down, their beer or their glass on it or your tray, because little light fine scratches just aren't going to show on this. But we do have the option of adding countertops, and they are 2-inch thick limestone slabs, and that's what we'll be using today. All you're going to need is some simple tools. I think it's time to talk about the tools. Building your kit only requires simple hand tools. You will need a 4-foot level with plumb file, and a 2-foot level wouldn't hurt either. You'll also want something to clean your blocks with, as well as a dead blow hammer to persuade them into place. Be sure to have a standard size caulk gun for your adhesive. You'll want a 16 to 24 inch square, and you might need a tape measure just to make sure you've got everything laid out the way you want. And don't forget some gloves for your hands. Another thing you're going to want, besides all your tools, is you want to keep your workspace clean. You want to keep your blocks clean, and you can get a brush to brush off your blocks, any dust or little stones off of them. What I like to do is, I'm sort of a power tool guy. I like an electronic leaf blower. I'm not sure I'd want to fire up a gas leaf blower, but with an electronic leaf blower, you can blow off your work area and keep it clean. You can blow off your blocks right there on the pallet after you lay them down. So you'll see me, I'll be getting the leaf blower and keeping everything clean, and that just helps all the blocks lay nice and flat, makes your cleanup's a lot easier at the end, and it just keeps things safe. When you're setting up your job site, you're going to want to get your pallets as close to your job site as you can. Even if you have to wheelbarrow them in, you want to keep them close. Every kit comes with the fittings pallet with all the special parts and pieces, and it's specially marked. You want to keep that for sure close to the site, because that's where all your special pieces go. When working, a good practice is to have some stacks of stones that you can pull from as you work. If you have a helper, you can have them bring them close to your work area and stack them here, or you can stack them out ahead of time. You do want to try to pull from multiple pallets. That way you'll get a best blend of colors and just have a little working section of stones. And this will help you as you build. I like to keep mine, the big ones sorted together and the medium ones and the small ones, so I know exactly where to go when the instructions call for the block angle. All the kits are made out of 3 basic blocks. You got your small, your medium, and your full-size wedge. This is essentially 4 inches from center to center. This one's 8, this one's 12, and they're all 8 inches deep and 4 inches tall. Truly though, they're metric, and that's 10 centimeters, 20 centimeters. This is 30, 10, and 20, but they're about a 1/16 inch off of 4 inches. So nominally, these are 4, 8, and 12. As you can see, a small and a medium go together, and they're the same size as a full. Same thing for this rectangular this rectangular block, which is 10 by 20 by 30. You can put a small and a medium together, and it becomes the same thing as a rectangular wedge. So by the time you get done building your kit, you will be intimately familiar with all these blocks. Okay, enough of the book learning. Let's get this place cleaned up and get building. Let's do it. Everyone's home and needs are different, and there are tons of ways to actually lay out where you're gonna place your outdoor kitchen. I'm not gonna go over in this video, but I'll leave links in the description below. I have a lengthy blog article and a downloadable PDF that'll go through all the different ways to help you lay out your kitchen. What I've done here is I've just struck a chalk line for the back of the kitchen. I like to work from the back. They're all flat on the back. Some of them, like the pizza oven, have a bump out in the front. You can mark it from anywhere you want, but we're gonna be going across the back. And I've got the center line where I want the center because I'm not working from a corner, I'm working out from the center. This is my center line of where I'm gonna build my kitchen component. So I just wanna put these two guide blocks together, and where they seam together, I'm gonna put it right along the center line. Now that I've got them on this line, I'm just gonna abut this full block right up to it. Now that that block's in place, when I build the rest of my foundation, you'll find that it's in the center. From this point, it'll be even on both sides. Notice that the side of the course that corresponds to the small wedge of the guide block ends in a medium block, and vice versa. The pairing of a small wedge to a medium wedge and a medium wedge to a small wedge, so it evens out your course and helps you find center. Take your time and get this first line of block as perfect as you can, because this is the row of block that every other block is going to be measured against. .47¼ inches on one side, 47¼ inches on the other, or 120 centimeters. Okay, before we continue building, we need to make sure that we have our first course square, because this is what we're going to be laying our whole build on top of. This is our foundation, so we need to get it right. Now, if you have a normal square, you can use the inside of the square. I don't, so I'm going to show you another way you can get square in case you can't just set your square in the corner. It's pretty simple. I'm just going to extend this straight line with my level, and I'll pull this square tight to it, and then I'll just make sure it all lines up. Okay, make sure you're satisfied with how you've laid out your base course. This is the most important course. This is literally the foundation which everything else is going to be built upon. So make sure you have it just right. Make sure you don't want to move it. It's easier to move now and fix now than once you have an entire kitchen on top of it. There you have it. You should be familiar now to get started on any Unity kitchen island build. Now all you need to do is pick the modules you want, follow the instructions, and you too can soon have an amazing outdoor kitchen or grill island just like this one. We'll see you in the next video.